have I got some things to tell you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm outside again because Brandon worked third shift and he's upstairs asleep in the bedroom. It's almost noon because, sorry, my sister-in-law just texted me. We're going to the temple tomorrow. If you're a member of my church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we are taking my 3 boys to the temple tomorrow. It'll be Ammon's first time. And then my sister-in-law and brother are coming with their Down syndrome son, who it'll be his first time. And then I have another nephew who's just 13, who has not been. It'll be his first time. So we're gonna have a family get together at the temple tomorrow, and I can't wait. Okay. Along with that, we, in our religion, this phone, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, you know how we closed our schools here last week, Thursday and Friday? Well, I feel like they lied to us. I feel like they kind of lied to us and kind of didn't, because Monday this paper came home, and I'm going to tell you what this paper says. But what they told us, the parents, a superintendent got on and made a video saying that we have all of these very, very high numbers for COVID right now. Our kids are getting sick, our teachers are sick, our custodians are sick, and so are our police staff that work in our correctional officers that work in the school. So they had to close the school because they were trying to prevent the spread of COVID in our town. That's great. I'm all about keeping the kids home. My hair's a mess. If it's preventing the spread of COVID. My mouth is not working today. But the letter that we got Monday says that that's not true, which I'm wondering, are the numbers that they gave us in that video on Wednesday last week true? I hope they are. I hope they're not lying to us. But here's what this said. This is from the Board of Education. Dear parents, our most important function in this school district is to provide the safest learning environment possible for all of our students, school, and staff members. Unfortunately, in recent years, Kentucky schools have experienced an escalation of terroristic threats being made by students with intent to do harm to either other students or school staff members. Plainly stated, these are threats being made to shoot people or detonate bombs with lethal intent. In fact, between January 23rd and April 30th of 2018, Kentucky schools experienced 294 terroristic threats that caused widespread fear throughout the school community and resulted in total disruption to the educational process. That was in 2018. So what does that mean? Last weekend. See, I mean, this is a long freaking paper. It tells you what you're going to be prosecuted with on this whole backside if you make a terroristic threat to a school. And I think that that's great. I think that every child should be prosecuted for that if they had true intent. True intent. Now the whole point of this letter is that somewhere in here, oh, here it is. This is the part I want you to know. In many of these cases, the school officials and law enforcement officials were forced to close schools to investigate the threats that had been made. In other cases, school attendance plummeted for days after the threat was made. I mean, are they surprised? I mean, I would want to keep my kids home, and I almost kept them home today because this is the letter that I got sent yesterday. What would you do? So many school leaders have said that the emotional, instructional, and financial impacts of these acts are incalculable. So here's my question. Y'all think we don't have terroristic problems in Kentucky on U.S. land? Well, we do. And not only that, but these kids are losing all sense of reality because of what's going on in the world and in video games, and that's my opinion, the video games, and COVID and being trapped inside and losing sense of reality. What do we do? What do we do as parents? What do I do to send my children, my special needs children off who would protect other kids? Like, I know they would throw themselves on other kids and take charge and try to keep people safe. So they're going to be putting themselves into danger. I just know that about my children. What would you do? You know, I mean, I sent my kids off today to school My husband got off of his shift and we medicated them and got them breakfast and sent them off on time. And as they drove away, they're all leaning out the window telling me they love me. And I'm telling them how much I love them. And they drove away and I cried. I cried because I don't know that my kids are safe. I don't know that other people's kids are safe. I don't know that. I don't know if teachers are safe or administrators or these correctional officers that I care about. These are happening in Kentucky, these terroristic threats. That means they're happening other places. Do you know about the ones in your town? Do you know, have you talked to your school board? How do we keep our kids safe? I literally started researching what to do during a school shooting or a bomb threat in schools yesterday. And there are many things that I found that I can do, but one of which is I'm going to go buy those plastic door stops, because one thing that I can do to protect my children, even if doors are locked, is let them carry around those plastic door stops that they can shove under the front of the door from the inside to protect them and everyone else inside. Locked doors are great. Sticking a doorstop under there is twice as good. I mean, what do? Do I let my children to have their phones at school so they can call me if something happens, even though it's against the rules? Do I keep them home? Isn't it better for them to be out in the world even if it's scary? I don't know the answers to these questions, and they're terrifying me. I've got 3 kids that really want to be in school, that like to be in school with their friends, and one that hates it. But if I tell them, hey, we're not going to school anymore because there's bad things going on, they're going to be very upset. And they should be. And they want to be there. But then they will be conflicted too. What's the answer? I don't know.